Imagine this. It's 11 p.m. on a Thursday, and you're slumped on your couch, laptop glowing in the dark, eyes burning from another 12-hour day at your desk job. You've got your phone in one hand, doom scrolling through Instagram reels of some 25-year-old entrepreneur flashing Lambos and laptops on beaches, preaching about their 10K per month dropshipping empire. And in your other hand, a lukewarm coffee that's been refilled 3 times because you just wrapped up that DoorDash shift to pad the savings. Your back aches, your kid's bedtime story is a guilty voicemail, and deep down, tomorrow's gonna be the same grind. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's not living, that's surviving. And if you're nodding right now, stick around, because today we're flipping the script. My name is Tanvir, and I spend way too much time thinking about building wealth without turning your life into a hamster wheel. If you're someone who's exhausted from juggling a full-time gig, side hustles, and that nagging voice in your head saying, one more hour will make you rich, hit that subscribe button and smash the thumbs up. We're in this together, and I'm about to show you how to quit the hustle for good. Here's the thing. We live in a world that worships the grind. Podcasts, TikToks, even your boss's passive-aggressive Slack messages. They all scream that success is 4 a.m. wake-ups, 80-hour weeks, and sacrificing sleep for spreadsheets. But now look, what if I told you that's not just wrong, it's actively destroying your shot at real wealth? Yeah, I said it. Hustle culture isn't the hero. It's the villain in your financial story. And most people don't realize this until they're burnt out, broke, and bitter. Let me hit you with a stat that'll make your stomach drop. According to a Deloitte study, 77% of full-time professionals have experienced burnout at work. Get this, 42% have straight up quit their jobs because of it. That's not some fringe group. That's the majority. And if you're dipping into side hustles to escape, buckle up. A recent Vice report found that 67% of side hustlers are burnt out, with Gen Z hitting 73%. 3/4 of you young guns out there grinding Uber, freelancing, or flipping stuff on eBay, you're not building an empire. You're building a breakdown. Now, you might be thinking, Nick, come on, hard work built America. Isn't that the American dream? Fair objection. I get it. We've been sold this myth since kindergarten. Put in the hours, climb the ladder, retire on a yacht. But here's what most people don't realize. That dream is rigged against the hustler. Why? Because time is your most finite asset. Trading it dollar for dollar in active income is like burning cash to stay warm. Feels good short term, but leaves you freezing long term. This is where it gets interesting. Let's talk math, because numbers don't lie, and neither do I. Picture two paths. Hustle path Sarah versus silent wealth Mike. Sarah's you, killing it with a 60K salary, but she's stacking 2 side gigs, tutoring online for $20 an hour, and pet sitting weekends. She pulls in an extra $1,000 a month, but after taxes, gas, and that soul-crushing fatigue, she's netting maybe $700. She works 60 hours a week every week. Over 10 years, that's 31,200 hours logged. At her effective rate, she's earned about $84,000 extra. Not bad, right? But now factor in the hidden costs. Therapy sessions at $150 a pop because burnout's real. Missed family dinners that money can't buy back. And that creeping health bill from stress eating takeout. Suddenly, her real net closer to $50K after the fallout. Enter Mike, same $60K job, but he says no to the gig. Instead, he automates $500 a month into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Average historical return of 7% after inflation. No extra hours, no apps buzzing at midnight. He just sets it and forgets it. What's that look like? Thanks to the magic of compounding, your money's best friend working like a snowball rolling downhill, picking up speed and size without you lifting a finger. Here's the breakdown. Starting at zero, $500 monthly at 7% for 10 years, $82,000 total invested, rose to about $85,400. Wait, that's less than Sarah. Hold up, this is the trap. But fast forward to 20 years. Mike's at $500K. Sarah, if she keeps hustling without burnout sidelining her, maybe $168K extra. But exhaustion likely caps her at half that. And at 30 years, Mike's sitting on $1.2 million. Sarah, burned out by year 15, quits the sides, invests late, maybe $400K if she's lucky. You see the math? Compounding isn't sexy, it's silent. It's that frog in boiling water. Hustle feels urgent, like you're boiling alive in activity, while passive wealth simmers on low, turning pennies into fortunes. A Vanguard study backs them over 30 years. Consistent index investing beats 90% of active stock pickers. But here's the psychological kicker. Why do we choose the frog pot every time? Let's get real about the brain stuff because finance isn't just spreadsheets. It's 80% mindset. Psychologists call it the availability bias. We chase what we see, flashy influencers with private jets, not the quiet millionaire next door who's been dollar cost averaging since the 90s. Add in dopamine hit from quick wins, $200 Etsy sale feels like a lottery ticket, lighting up your reward center like fireworks. But that high, it's addictive, like junk food for your ambition. Meanwhile, passive investing, it's broccoli. Boring, slow, no instant gratification. And fear? Oh man, fear of missing out, FOMO, is the silent killer. That voice whispering, if you don't hustle now, you'll be broke forever. It's evolutionary. Our caveman brains wired for scarcity, not abundance. But here's a story to prove it's beatable. My buddy Alex, not his real name, but the struggle is. 5 years ago, Alex was peak hustler. Tech job by day, crypto trading nights, weekend flips on Facebook Marketplace. He was pulling 4K extra a month, felt like a boss, until crash. A bad trade wiped 10K. His marriage hit the rocks from neglect, and at 32, he had a panic attack in the grocery aisle. Broke him. Called me, voice shaking. Nick, am I just chasing shadows? We audited his life. Turns out his hustle income was costing him 20 hours a week. Time he could have spent learning guitar or hiking with his dog. So he quit cold turkey, redirected that $1,000 to a Roth IRA, maxed his 401k match, and started a no list. No new gigs, no shiny objects. Instead, he read The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, game changer on how behavior trumps IQ and wealth. Fast forward 3 years in, his portfolio is up 25% on autopilot. He took his first real vacation in a decade, a road trip to Yellowstone, no Wi-Fi, just sunsets and sanity. Last month, he got promoted because he was fresh, not fried. Moral, quitting the hustle didn't make him poor. It made him present. Wealth isn't net worth, it's net light. Now, you might be objecting again. That's cute for Alex, but I've got bills. Rent's $2,200. Student loans at $450 a month. Passive income sounds like a fairy tale. Totally valid. No one's saying YOLO your emergency fund. But here's the reveal that flips everything. Silent wealth isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing less smarter. It's leveraging systems over sweat. The psychology shift starts small to rewire that scarcity brain. One win builds momentum, like training wheels on a bike. You wobble at first, then fly. So, actionable step, because knowledge without action is just trivia. First, audit your energy, not just your wallet. Grab a notebook, track your last week's hours. Where's the hustle hiding? That quick freelance email at 9 p.m., the weekend eBay listings, /1. The lowest ROI offender. Redirect those hours and dollars to sleep or a walk. Math check. If you reclaim 10 hours a week at your $30 per hour effective rate, that's $1,200 a month in free time value. Invest half $600 into a Vanguard VTI ETF at 7%. That's $250K in 20 years. Boom. Silent snowball. Second, automate the boring brilliance. Set up auto transfer. Pay yourself first, like brushing your teeth. Apps like Acorns or your bank's roundups make it painless. $5 here, $10 there. Compounds to $100K over decades. Psych Insight. Automation kills decision fatigue. No more, should I invest this paycheck? Done. A Fidelity study shows auto enrollers save 3 times more than manual ones. Objection handled. But markets crash. True, but time in the market beats timing the market. Dollar cost average. Buying through dips, it's like buying groceries on sale. More bang for your buck. Third, build your wealth mode. Barriers against hustle temptation. Psychologically, it's exposure therapy. Face the fear of less to embrace more. Create a life bucket. $100 a month for experiences. A concert, a class, not stuff. Stories show this sticks. One client, a nurse named Lisa, swapped her MLM shakes for index funds. 6 months later, $3K invested. But the real win? Date nights with her husband, laughing like they did pre-kids. Her net worth's climbing, but her joy exploded. And fourth, the game changer. Reframe success. Ditch the hustle highlights feed for quiet wealth inspo. Follow folks like J.L. Collins, a guy who retired at 56 on index funds alone. Or calculate your FI number, annual expenses times 25, the 4% rule. Say you need $50K a year to live, target $1.25 million. $500 a month invested, 7% return, 25 years away. Not tomorrow, but tomorrow's you will thank today's you. Look, I get the frustration. I've been there. Nights coding apps that flop, mornings regretting the yes to every opportunity. But quitting the hustle, it's not lazy, it's liberated. It's choosing compound curves over cortisol spikes. Shocking stat to steal it. The average millionaire has 7 income streams, but 90% are passive. Dividends, rentals, not gigs. Per the millionaire next door. You're not behind, you're just on the wrong road. So here's my challenge. Tonight, before you crash, do one thing. Open your banking app, set that $50 auto invest. Feel that tiny dopamine? That's the start. Tomorrow, say no to one hustle ask. Watch the space open up, not just in your challenger, but your chest. You deserve more than margins and metrics. You deserve mornings with coffee that's hot, evenings with people who matter, and a bank account that grows while you do. Silent wealth isn't a myth, it's your move. Quit hustling today. Start living tomorrow. If this hit home, drop a comment. What's one hustle you're ditching? I'll reply. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.